Willie D Live.
This is on Newsweek, y'all. The Trump administration has dropped Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Juneteenth from the fee-free days at national parks for 2026. The Department of Interior, DOI, recently announced its resident-only patriotic fee-free days for 2026. And missing from the list were MLK Day, which has been a national park fee-free day since 2018, and Juneteenth, which was introduced as a fee-free day in 2024. Anybody feel that Trump might just be targeting anything that puts a smile on Black folks' face? Y'all think he might be perhaps like against Black people in some kind of way? The Department of the Interior announced, okay, here we go, we got through that. Okay, in place of these days commemorating American history, civil rights, and equality, the Trump administration has instead opted to celebrate additional former presidents' birthdays and Flag Day, which is also President Donald Trump's birthday. Newsweek has contacted the National Park Service, the DOI, and the King Center via email for comment outside of a regular working hours. Okay, fam. So this dude replaces King Day and Juneteenth with his birthday. But here's why it matters, though, fam. MLK is a federal holiday that celebrates the civil rights leaders' contribution and legacy of promoting equality and justice in the country, while Juneteenth, also a federal holiday, commemorates the end of slavery in the United States. The removal of these days as fee-free national park days follows the Trump administration's pause on certain days of remembrance, including MLK Day and Juneteenth earlier this year, as part of the president's ban on diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. So basically, if it's Black, the way that his administration is processing everything is that if it's Black, it's DEI. It's got to be DNI. It's Black. Can't just be regular, like Columbus Day. That's not DEI. But if it's Black, anything Black, they've interpreted it as DEI. So, you know, he was criticized earlier this year for hosting military parades on June 14th, the day of his 79th birthday. Now, although he said the spectacle was not about his birthday and was instead to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army. Y'all believe that? So here's what you need to know. For 2025, the fee-free days in national parks included MLK Day on January 20th, the first day of the National Park Week on April 19th, Juneteenth on June 19th, the anniversary of the Great American Outdoors Act, August 24th, National Public Lands Day, September 27th, Veterans Day, November 11th. Now check this out. In 2026, the fee-free days look very different. The list is as follows. This is the new list. President's Day on February 16th, which commemorates the birthdays of former presidents George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, slave owners. Memorial Day on May 25th. Flag Day on June 14th, which is also Trump's birthday. Independence Day weekend from July 3rd to 5th. The 110th birthday of the National Park Service on August 25th. Constitution Day on September 17th. Theodore Roosevelt's birthday, October 27th. Veterans Day, November 11th. You catch me, fam, or you picking up what I'm putting down? The days chosen are usually a combination of federal holidays, public land observances, and commemorative days. For next year, the days chosen seem to fall in line with the Trump administration's American First policies, which really is America without blacks first policy. He really want to say that so bad, fam. It's Americans without blacks. You know, that's really what this is about. Anything that's black, he identifies as DEI. So basically, he's saying that if you're black, you didn't qualify, you didn't get nothing on your own merit. That's what he's basically saying. You didn't get nothing. You didn't earn nothing. If you're black, you didn't earn anything. Everything you got was handed to you because of the color of your skin. Everything. I know one DEI program he ain't gonna get rid of. He ain't gonna get rid of that DEI program in basketball where you gotta have at least one white player. I bet you he won't get rid of that. Yeah, fam. You ever notice that? Every basketball team gotta have at least one white player. Gotta have at least one white player. Yeah, at least one. I bet he won't get rid of that. Yeah. I bet he ain't gonna get rid of none of those football players, those DEI program, those DEI football players, like Tim Tebow. I know he gone, but everybody know Tim Tebow was a DEI hire. But that's not gonna stop them from doing it again. It's not gonna stop. Anything Trump, and you're absolutely right. Who said that? Who said that? That was said by Nina. Trump is always accusing people of doing the very thing that he's guilty of doing. He does that frequently. He accuses people of doing the very same thing that he's guilty of himself. But he's not the only one. His constituents do the same thing. They accuse people of doing what they're guilty of. For example, let's talk about killing. We know that a lot of his constituents are bloodthirsty. They don't mind killing. But when somebody else kills, somebody like, say somebody that they don't like, whatever, somebody that ain't got the right skin color that they appreciate. Oh man, it's the worst thing that ever happened. Hold on, man. He killed somebody, man. He need to die. Everybody got to die now. Yeah, he killed somebody. They love killing. They love killing. They love essaying too. Yeah, they love that too. They just don't like nobody else doing it. Like they don't mind. Let me correct that. They don't mind if people doing it, you know, people they kick it with doing it, but they don't want no competition. Yeah. They love SN so much that they give their SA members nicknames. Jack the Ripper. You know, if that had been any other nationality, he wouldn't have had a nickname. He would have just been a killer. He would have just been a killer. Double standards in this country is absolutely like, It's wild, fam. Let's put it like that. It's wild. The double standards. The double standards, man. The double standards in America. It's absolutely wild. It's incredible. This dude is really petty, too. He's really petty. We're going to get rid of these holidays. Like, what would it hurt him to have these holidays recognized, continue to be recognized, and people be given a break? What would it actually hurt him for that to happen? See, I'm going to tell you how cold I'd be if I was a president. Every group in America that, like all of the main groups, like we got blacks, we got whites, we got Asians, we got Latinos. Those are the four major groups. Those four major groups, I would not have one problem making sure each of those groups was recognized with a federal holiday. They had something that they could celebrate. Now, the thing about white folks is that they got a whole bunch of celebrations. They got a whole bunch of days. They got Columbus Day. They got the 4th of July. They got Memorial Day. They try to make it seem like it's for everybody else, but they only recognize certain people. But they got a lot of days. They got a lot of days. They got what do you call that? Little green dude? What do they call that? 4-leaf clover. What's it called, y'all? That old goofy ass holiday that they celebrate. Let me see. What's it called? What's the name of that damn holiday, y'all? What's the name of the green holiday, fam? The green, with the 4-leaf clovers. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day, that old corny, goofy ass holiday.